Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Artist statement.
Blah, 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 official artist statement.
Okay.
So
For
why
me,
make art?
Why
That
make art
impulse
in the first
or compulsion
Well,
usually comes from something
comes
a little bit.
someplace.
Viewing the viewer, viewing art
Sassy and
is
irreverent.
art.
Just a little
Art
bit.
can retain energy.
Viewing
Having
art
grown up with a
isn't
father
supposed
who
to be
worked
an
primarily in
natural
clay, so
creation.
my father, when he wasn't managing concerts and a music store, was a sculptor and a potter. So I developed a very different relationship with dirt. For me, there is nothing so clean as a room dusted in dry clay. My father taught me there is only so much a person can do with dirt and gravity. But if you push past what is possible and it survives the firing, then you've got a miracle. And that miracle is art. Art is not a product, but the act of seeking. Art is life amplified. I have known wealth and I have known homelessness. I am familiar with and love those who have much more and much less than myself. I have learned that access and scarcity possess their own challenges and advantages. Having been tossed many times between economic divides, I've witnessed the gross extremes between these worlds and the muddy waters that link them. I'm not interested in judgment nor absolutes. I don't expect to find any great truths. Rather, my art attempts to disrupt the status quo so new questions and perspectives might enter the conversation about access, value, and growth. How much life can a person get out of life? My 13-year-old son the other day asked me about my work as a performance artist. What is performance art, he asked. I asked him to remember the times that I did things that made people feel intentionally uncomfortable, like the 2 years I let people in different capacities bury me alive. Performance art isn't about the performer, it's about the witnessing, who is watching. So, the show is not really me being put into a 6-foot grave and being buried alive. The show is who is willing to do the burying. And usually these are good, kind people. Good, kind people who are willing to chase after the question, who cannot see themselves in the act of seeing. By capturing these exchanged energies and by layering them, we can create synergy. As seen in the Poetry Circus or the Nevermore Festival, I am a poet, an instructor, explorer of the absurd and necessary, a voice for process and discovery. My methods are rooted in cross-media performance. With each poem written, I communicate not only through the byproduct of words, but through their arrangement, shape, and the acute dismantling of expectations. The goal is to be with a poem, to join intimately with those stories we tell, so we might reconstruct the myths we create into the lives that we live. Every accident is not so much an accident as a discovery. One of my most favorite collaborations is with Cheryl Gross. So anyways, I read poems, weird poems. And then she tries to translate those weird poems into something that people can better process through her visual, moving graphics. We put these together into films, and these films have traveled to places that I will never get to go to. I just can't afford it. I can't afford to travel the world. But my art is. And there's something so hopeful about that. And I want to give that to others. So the more I can incorporate other people into projects, the more I can support other people's projects, the more I feel like I am doing what I'm called to do, which is be a creator. Another project that I'm really proud of is the island of Caliban. So Caliban, of course, being a character in the famous Shakespeare Tempest, Caliban is the outsider. So me and a group of outsiders created a play space out of an abandoned warehouse. I don't do these things alone. It takes hosts of people with a ton of creative energy and ideas to make something out of nothing. My friend Anthony took the shelving units in an abandoned warehouse and turned them on their side so that we could have a stage to play upon. The play that we played was that of a splintered identity, a splintered self, a splintered Caliban, who is part erotic dancer, part pool boy, part downtown LA female rap star. All of the Calibans mirrored the Calibans of our real world. These are my friends. This is my real world. It's odd and strange, and I think oftentimes overlooked. All right, I rambled a lot. Let's be honest. Poor Anthony is now gonna have to do a remix to make this into an artist statement. Once again, proving that no one does this shit on their
I
own.
think because
Nobody.
there's always
Nobody. I've come to believe that there is nothing more creative than making something one boy wrote down and for this reason, I feel that the artistic process is as important as the composition. I experience it as being part. I like to challenge that piece herself as the veil and poetry is the single point so that we can actually come interested in the real world as it is. And it is textured, and it is difficult, and it is beautiful.